Okay, so I just came in from out in the cold and on a small vacation with my mom who refuses to say hello, she said to me, I really want something sweet from the pastry shop. And I said, well, we're not going into the pastry shop. It's a pandemic. So I said, I'm gonna whip something up kind of Top Chef style. So I went in the fridge. I always keep cookie dough in the fridge. So I actually have a sablé dough Dory Greenspan's recipe. Love you, Dory. For sesame sablé, this is amazing. It has butter, but it also has sugar and salt and almond flour and regular flour, and it's amazing. And I also had some frozen raspberries. I have some whipping cream. I'm just thinking about all the things I have that I can put together, and I'm gonna whip this into something amazing, Top Chef style. Okay, so she won't get on camera, but she's making hot chocolate. And I'm gonna take a glass that I found because I'm at a rental house. I don't have any cookie cutters. So I'm just putting some flour here on my tray, and I'm gonna just coat a glass, probably had some water in it, and I'm gonna just cut out 3 rounds, and it may not be perfect, but that is how it goes. I'm gonna probably get a lot of rounds out of this, so I'm just gonna cut as many as I can. And I have the oven heated at 375, I believe, to cook up these sort of biscuits. And I'm gonna line my baking sheet with the only piece of parchment I can find. That is going on there. You do need a piece of parchment or a Silpat. Actually, I think there's some in the drawer here. And then I'm just gonna pull these pieces out, even if they're not perfect, don't worry. You can just kind of press the edges. Look, a perfect round circle. Okay, so these need to get chilled in the refrigerator because right now they are floppy and they will spread everywhere. So I'm gonna get these into the refrigerator, and then I'm gonna make kind of like a whipped cream filling. And then I'm gonna go forage for some other stuff that I can put in here and get settled. And then I will show you how I turn this into something out of nothing. Okay, so you have to excuse my ski hair. That's the best we're gonna get today. So I just wanted to show you a little bit. I put about 3/4 cup, almost a cup of whipping cream in a bowl. I have these defrosted raspberries. I'm gonna put those in. That's about 1/4 cup is going in there. And then I'm gonna put in some sugar. Doesn't have to be too sweet, but there isn't gonna be much else in here other than the raspberries and the biscuits. So I'm probably gonna put in maybe, let's say, 2 tablespoons of sugar. I could regret that, but 2 tablespoons of sugar going in, and a little bit of vanilla. Put in whatever you'd like, whatever flavoring. Orange might be nice in here. Maybe 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. Then I need a plug, which I have right here, luckily. So let's plug this thing in. Usually I would whisk it in a KitchenAid. If I don't have one, use what you have. You could probably whisk it by hand. Definitely harder to do if you don't have any kind of whisk. I would not recommend this. Okay. This could be a terrible idea. Okay, I happen to be using very thick cream here. This is probably a bad idea. Very thick cream. But if you're using whipping cream, this actually goes a lot faster. What do I have it on? Number 3. This is not whipping cream. Whipping cream will go a lot faster. This is a really thick, heavy cream. It's gonna be really nice though. So I'm gonna whisk this away and show you the finished product when I'm done. My ski hair looks great. So I might not try that again. There is raspberry whipped cream everywhere. But, so I was saying this is a really thick cream, much easier if you have whipping cream, but you know, use what you have. If you have sour cream, use that. So I have a really nice raspberry whipping cream. And I'm gonna now take my cookies out of the fridge, get them into the oven. Once they're really cold, bake them, pull them out, create an amazing dessert. Okay, so cookies baked up, they look really beautiful. This is, I always keep some cookie dough in the fridge. You could keep it totally rolled out, or like in a flat sheet, or you can cut them, freeze them with some parchment in between. That way you can take them right from the freezer and put them in the oven. Or you could always just freeze a big thing of dough. My hair is crazy, it's fine. So I'm thinking about, you know, I run in from outside skiing and I was like, I need to make a dessert. I'm not running to the pastry shop. Using what I have, I always keep some kind of heavy cream or whipping cream in the fridge. You know, it's not crazy expensive, something great to have on hand that you can make just really quickly. Jam, always have some jam on hand. I actually made this. This was from not this past summer, the summer before. And this jam is actually It's amazing. It's Pluot plum apricot jam. So I'm gonna do with these really beautiful cookies. So I'm gonna put them in the dish, and then I'm gonna put a little bit of jam, just maybe a spoonful of jam, maybe a little more than a spoonful. I'm just gonna get that all over the sablés. I'm gonna do 2, just in case one is terrible. This jam has some nice chunks in it. So nice little chunk of fruit is good in there. I'll give this guy a little chunk of fruit. You get a chunk of fruit, and you get a chunk of fruit. Okay, so a little chunk of fruit in here. So this is gonna be like a plum apricot, raspberry. I've been given strict instruction by my mother that it should be very fruity. Next thing I'm gonna do is I have my raspberry whipped cream that I made, which is really just, it's a tiny bit loose, but like I said, this isn't whipped cream, it's just heavy cream that's been whipped, so sometimes it's a little bit harder to get it stiff, and I put all the raspberries in there. Whether or not it's gonna hold and do what I want, cannot guarantee, but it's okay, because this pastry shop is not open for business. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit of a whipped cream, which is sweetened, but it's not crazy sweet. That's gonna go on here. It's already flowing off completely, not in the way it's supposed to. Then I have some frozen bits of raspberry here. These are maybe, oh, I thought they would stay a little more frozen. They're not. I'm just gonna put some little bits of raspberry around the edge of the plate. Just to give it a little bit of a look. Just garnish it up a tiny bit. Okay, and then I have made a little bit of a raspberry syrup. So that will go on top here. Just pour that over. Raspberry syrup, very easy. Raspberries, frozen or fresh, a little bit of sugar, mash them up. I actually put them in the microwave just for like 10 seconds. You could put them on the stovetop if you want, or you could just leave them for a little while and they will just produce their own beautiful juice. And then I found some figs at the back of the fridge, whatever fruit you have that you could use on top. I would probably further crumble some. I'm missing like one piece of fig, so I'll go get another fig right over here. Well, actually I have another half fig. Okay, so these figs are actually really gorgeous. I don't know, sometimes at the market these days you can find things. It's not particularly fig season, but okay, let me cut up a couple other pieces of fig to go on top here and here. Okay, and then what I could do, should I do this? Break up a few little pieces of biscuit around just to make it look beautiful. And then I'm gonna take some save some frozen raspberries here because I didn't have any fresh, so I've frozen a bunch of stuff. And these are just gonna go in and around. I've saved the whole raspberries. These will go in and around. These were fresh from the summer. Great thing to do anytime something is in season. Try and lay it on a pan and you can freeze it for later in the year. Okay, one of these looks beautiful, one doesn't. And I don't even have a fork to try it, but here you go, a little dessert at home with some figs, a little sablé in there, some apple plum jam, and raspberries. And use what you have, get creative, make something special at home right after you've come in from skiing. And there you go, it's lockdown, but it doesn't have to be boring. Head over to zoeford.com if you want to check out what we're up to, sign up for the newsletter at the link in the bio, and I'm gonna go enjoy this. Well, actually, my mom's gonna enjoy this. Bye.